Look, Dinah, I pulled the astrology section from today's newspaper. You don't know what astrology is? Well, supposedly, the way the stars and the planets line up in the sky every day has an effect on your life. And by reading your daily astrological forecast, you can see whether or not you're going to have a good day. Well, I don't know if I believe it either. But let's just see what it says. The position of the moon is uncertain. Today may not be a good day to spend time outdoors. But I don't want to stay cooped up in my room all day. You're right, Dinah. I'd be pretty silly to live my life by what this says. Wait! I know a way to get out of my room without going outdoors. Hi, Your Majesty.
Oh, hello, Alice.
What are you reading?
My favorite book, The Regal Catalog.
Your favorite book is a mail-order catalog?
Oh, of course. Every time I pick it up, I laugh, I cry, I spend money. Oh, I love to shop. Purchase, buy, trade, or swap. Take me shopping, I can't stop. Shop till I drop. Ooh, I love to shop. Every shopping spree just brings out the queen in me. Shop till I drop. Ooh, I love to shop. These shoes are divine, and this dress will do just fine. And yes, I need just one more diamond ring. The Wonderland store isn't open anymore. There's a sign saying the queen brought everything. To get some silk stockings, let my fingers do the walking. Shop till I drop. Ooh, I love to shop. It would make me oh so happy to buy that chic serape. Shop till I drop. Ooh, I love to shop. These shoes are divine, and this dress will do just fine. And yes, I need just one more diamond ring. The Wonderland store isn't open anymore. There's a sign saying the queen brought everything. Oh, I see the new Regal Catalog has arrived. I say, Your Majesty, if you don't mind, may I order something from the catalog? Of course, Rabbit. Just as soon as I decide what I want. Oh, look, Alice. A silk scarf with diamonds. Oh, I must have it. Oh, yes. Oh, goody. Now I get to order something from the catalog.
You sound as though you already have something in mind.
Oh, I do, Alice. I need a new pair of bedroom slippers. Oh, look at that. Aren't those the cutest little fuzzy-wuzzy slippers?
Oh, yes, they are. I call these bunny slippers.
Oh, so do I. And since I am a bunny, I must have them. Rabbit! They're putting one of those scarves aside for me, so I want you to hop over there and pick it up. Oh, yes, of course, Your Majesty. Happy to. Oh, and I'll pick up some fuzzy-wuzzy foot warmers while I'm there.
Excuse me, is that you making all that noise?
Oh, no, those are my critters.
That's quite a collection of critters. Who's the big scaly guy?
Oh. This is Chuck. He's an iguana.
Do iguanas like cats?
Oh, Chuck likes everybody.
Floyd, the fabulous fortune teller.
That's me. I can tell your fortune and predict your future.
Do you mean to say that you can tell me what's going to happen tomorrow?
Sure, would you like me to read your palm?
I don't have a palm. Could you read my paw?
Of course I can. And I'll do it for one pee-wee price, one teeny tiny token, one fly-speck fee.
Huh? As in money? Never mind. I don't believe in fortune tellers.
Oh, well. There's always a sucker coming around the next corner.
Floyd, the fabulous fortune teller. I say, you can't really predict the future. Can you?
Of course I can. In fact, I predicted you'd ask me that question.
Well, my word, if you can tell a person's fortune, I'll bet Her Majesty would be interested in meeting you.
Her Majesty? As in Queen, Imperial Monarch, Big Cheese?
Her Most Royal Highness, the Queen of Hearts.
Boy, if I could get to be the official fortune teller for the Queen, I'd have it made. Tell you what I'm gonna do, Rabbit. Even though my fabulous fortunes usually go for one pee-wee price, one teeny-tiny token, one fly-speck fee, I'm going to make you a prediction at no cost just to prove I'm on the level.
Oh, how exciting. Thank you indeed.
Now just relax and close your eyes. That's it. Keep your eyes shut tight as a drum. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Rabbit, I predict you'll soon have a new pair of slippers to warm your feet.
Oh, why, that's remarkable. Only today I bought a new pair of fuzzy slippers.
Really?
Oh, you are a real fortune teller. Oh, you must come back with me to the palace and tell Her Majesty's fortune. You must. I won't take no for an answer. Oh, where's Rabbit? He should be back by now with my... Where's my scarf? Oh, it's right here, Your Majesty. But first, there's someone I want to...
Oh, he can wait. He can wait. I want to see my scarf.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's beautiful, Your Majesty.
Oh, yes. Now, as I was saying, Your Majesty, there's just someone I'd like you to meet. Your Majesty, this is Floyd, the fabulous fortune teller.
Fortune teller? What nonsense. I never met a fortune teller who could tell me anything.
Well, Your Majesty, your fortune's about to change. Step right up, here lay your palms on the table. I know what's in your future, I won't tell you any fable. Your fortune is about to change. My powers are cosmic and strange. From palmistry to tea leaves, it's all within my range. I'll gaze into my crystal ball and answer every question. I'll be able to respond with extrasensory perception. Your fortune is about to change. My powers are incredibly strange. From tarot to astrology, it's all within my range. Your fortune is about to change. My powers are incredibly strange. From seance to Ouija, it's all within my range.
Just how much is this going to cost me?
Well, since you're the Queen, I'm going to give you the royal offer.
Ooh, what's the royal offer?
At absolutely no cost to you, I'm going to make you one-day fortune. Try it out, take it around the block a few times.
Take it around the block a few times.
Sorry, I used to sell used cars. What I mean is, see if it comes true, and if it does, I'll come back every day and tell your fortune.
Oh, please try it, Your Majesty. After all, you have nothing to lose.
Oh, all right. Since it's the royal offer, I never could resist a bargain. So what do I do?
First, let me read your palm.
What do you see, Mr. Floyd?
I see financial matters figuring in big today. I predict you'll spend money and get something in return.
Why, that's amazing, Your Majesty. His prediction has already come true, and he had no way of knowing you ordered something from the regal catalogue.
See, that's what these phony fortune tellers do. They say something that could apply to anybody. You're not a fortune teller. You're a phony, a fake, a cheat.
Your Majesty, be careful. I've heard that fortune tellers can cast spells on people they don't like.
Spells indeed. I got a prediction for you. I predict I'm going to get real crabby if you're not out of here in 30 seconds.
I predict you'll be very sorry you said that.
Oh, nonsense. Your Majesty, did you hear that?
You'll see when you hear I'm a fortune teller for some other queen. You'll be green with envy.
Oh, nonsense, nonsense. Your Majesty, oh, Mr. Floyd. Oh, no, don't go.
I've never been so insulted.
Please don't be angry. At least don't do anything rash, you know, like, oh, I don't know, let's say, cast a sinister, dastardly, venison spell on the Queen.
Hello? Really?
You want to go?
Sure, I'll be right there. Thanks, Zelda, you're a real pal. Come on, Alice, we're going shopping. My favorite store, the Queen's Emporium, is having a 3-hour only sale. Come on.
Wait a minute, Your Majesty. Didn't Mr. Floyd, the fabulous fortune teller, kind of predict you'd go shopping today?
So, I go shopping every day. How hard is that to predict? Come on.
Oh, boy, that's one angry fortune teller, Your Majesty. But I didn't think he was that angry. No, it can't be. Can it? Your Majesty? Is that you? Oh, of course it isn't. How could I be so silly as to think that an iguana could be the Queen? Just because it's sitting on the Queen's throne and reading the Queen's regal catalogue and wearing the Queen's scarf. Your Majesty!
Your Majesty? Boy, if that's the Queen, she's really not herself today, is she?
No, she insulted a fortune teller and he cast a spell on her. Well, you've heard those stories about crabby fortune tellers, casting spells and changing people into creepy, crawly creatures.
Well, one thing's for sure. If the Queen ever saw an iguana wearing a beautiful scarf like that, she'd be green with envy.
Green with envy? Oh, dear. The fortune teller warned the Queen she'd be green with envy, and now look at her! This thing is the Queen!
You're sure? There's no other explanation?
Well, can you think of another way an iguana could end up on the Queen's throne?
By promising to lower taxes?
Oh, this is awful. Oh. But we just have to make the best of it until the spell wears off. We just go about the day as if nothing has happened. That's what we'll do. I see it's time for Her Majesty's afternoon walk. So I'll just take off my skates and get Her Majesty's walking shoes.
In her present form, I think a leash would be more useful.
Oh, did the Queen get a new pet?
Oh, this isn't a pet of the Queen. This is the Queen. You see, she angered a traveling fortune teller, and he cast a spell and transformed her into an iguana. Oh, it's just awful.
Oh, I don't know. It's done wonders for her complexion. Such a lovely shade of green, Your Majesty.
But the whole thing's perfectly embarrassing. I've already had to call the Wonderland Fire Department once to get Her Majesty down from a tree.
And all of this is the result of a spell, huh? Well, I think you should listen to this story.
This is a tale of a beautiful young princess who longed for a handsome prince. One day the princess was sitting by the lily pond when she was suddenly surrounded by 3 frogs. Each one said they were a prince who was under a spell. Each one wanted a kiss from the princess to break the spell. The first said, "Choose me, for I am wise." The second said, "Choose me, for I am handsome." The third said, "Choose me, for I am a fun guy." The princess didn't know which frog to kiss. Would it be frog number 1, frog number 2, or frog number 3? Well, the princess simply couldn't decide which frog prince to choose. And she felt so guilty about it that she began baking them cookies to eat while they waited. The princess never could make a decision. So instead of a handsome prince, she ended up with 3 very fat frogs.
Wait. You're not suggesting that the spell will be broken if somebody kisses the iguana?
It's the cure recommended by 4 out of 5 wizards.
Yes, but who could we get to kiss this reptile? Oh, the things I do for my queen. Oh, no offense, Your Majesty. But look, it didn't work. The queen is still an iguana, which means I just kissed a lizard for no good reason. Whoa, Your Majesty! I know what you're thinking. But this iguana is really the queen.
Oh, please, Rabbit. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yes, it is. Unless, of course, Her Majesty happened to anger a traveling fortune teller who then got crabby enough to cast a spell on the queen, turning her into a creepy crawly thing that snacks on lush vegetation and is a tree climber by nature.
Well, that's exactly what happened.
Well, why didn't you just say so? Don't worry, Your Majesty. Here and I will just whip up a little spell remover from this recipe book. Let's see here. Let's see. Swedish meatballs? No. Let's see. Chocolate brownies? No. Oh, here it is. The recipe for how to change an iguana back into a queen.
Great! Now all we have to do is stir it up and we'll have a fare thee well spell remover. The fare thee well spell remover. Fare thee well spell, soon you'll be through. We will mix up a magic elixir to reverse the curse put on you. Now let's see just what goes in the potion. A dab of this and a pinch of that.
Stir it up real good, just like your grandma would, and then serve it in a size 8 derby hat.
And you've got the fare thee well spell remover. Fare thee well spell goodbye to you. Once you drink this magic elixir, the curse on you will be through.
Of course, we're not professional wizards,
but for you, Queen, no task is too big.
It won't be very long now
till your claws and tail are gone. Now help yourself to a big royal swig of fare thee well spell remover. Fare thee well spell, soon you'll be through. We have mixed up this magic elixir to reverse the curse put on you.
Yes.
All right, drink up, Your Majesty. There you go, get that trouble. Yeah.
She's hungry.
Great.
Uh-oh, the recipe didn't work.
How true that is.
Don't worry, I'm sure the spell will wear off eventually.
Oh, I certainly hope you're right. After all, it's not very dignified leading the queen around on a leash. Whoa, Your Majesty, whoa, goodbye,
Okay, I know it's lunchtime. Shush, when you guys are hungry, you act like a bunch of animals. Oh, right. You are a bunch of animals. Well, we'll just wait here. Wait, where's Chuck? Oh, did that iguana run off again? Oh, no. Chucky. Charles.
Hey, Floyd, old boy. I predict if you return to the Queen's palace, you'll find your runaway pet. Or should I say your royal runaway pet?
Can you imagine the queen turning into an iguana?
Stranger things have happened.
Like when?
How's it going, Your Majesty?
Well, the spell's been very hard on her. I don't think she's feeling very well.
Yeah, she does look a little green around the gills.
That's not funny. Our poor queen may never recover from this.
Oh, I think she'll be all right.
And just think, there are advantages to this. She hasn't yelled at you once since this happened.
There you are, Your Majesty. Now you just rest there while I fix you a little something for lunch.
Chuck! There you are! Bad iguana! You've really got to stop wandering off. And you know, you don't look your best in red.
Honestly, Alice, I don't know why they call that a 3-hour only sale. It only took me 1 hour to see there was nothing worth buying. Here you are, Your Majesty. Here's your lunch. My lunch? How dare you feed me from a pet dish on the floor? Your Majesty! And since when do I eat mashed grapes and tree leaves?
Hey, Your Majesty, you've come back to us. We sure didn't expect it to be this soon.
Well, yes, I know it was supposed to last 3 hours, but I got bored, so I came back after 1. Well, the important thing is, Your Majesty, you're your old self again. Oh, yes. Oh, welcome back. We're mighty glad to have you home, right back here and on the throne. We wouldn't want another queen who wants a monarch-colored green.
It's good to see you back in form. So glad that things are in the norm.
We really like our queen this way. Without the scales, you're best, we say.
We'd like to welcome you back. Your Majesty, welcome back.
We thought you really weren't yourself. You got transformed into something else.
We've got to watch our P's and Q's. We don't want to lose a queen like you.
And now it's no more creepy crawly. We've got a queen who loves the folly.
We're glad we can toss out your cage and welcome you to center stage.
We'd like to welcome you back.
Your Majesty, welcome.
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 Welcome back.
Gee, if this is the kind of welcome I get after a shopping trip, just imagine what will happen when I come back from vacation.
Yeah. You know, Dinah, I've been thinking about this astrology business, and I'm not really afraid to go outside today. Well, I've decided that astrological forecasts might be fun to read, but you shouldn't take them too seriously. So why don't you and I go outside and chase the ball around for a while? Wait, maybe we better read your astrological forecast first. Just kidding. Come on, you.